Well, when I opened this inbox, I was hoping for a bit of stuff to meme on, a bit of things to have fun with. I never imagined we'd end up here. But Wizards of the Coast, and at minimum, possibly Wizards of the Coast, but at minimum, the Judge Association and tournament organizers knew about pedophiles playing Magic the Gathering and judging Magic the Gathering, and they did nothing. I don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes. I'm so far in now, I'm not sure which way is up. But through some good investigative reporting, tips flowing in from all of you, we have one of what I'm sure will be many concrete cases of people in the judge program or at Wizards of the Coast being told about registered sex offenders in tournaments or in judging positions and nothing happening. This is beyond disgusting. I don't care if Wizards of the Coast has this fake separation between them and the Judge Association. I don't care if everyone has some legal way, like Channel Fireball, to pass the buck. I am completely appalled and disgusted that none of these people are stepping up and just doing what's right, not doing what's legally required, doing what's right. There's nothing preventing Channel Fireball from coming out and saying, you know what, all of our vendors and judges are going to have to be background checked. After that disgusting garbage human I exposed yesterday, a former Magic the Gathering vendor who abused his own children and was arrested in Chicago from Iowa. Maybe I'll make that into a separate video. These people are seemingly everywhere in our community, and nobody is stepping up to put any safeguards in place to protect people. Ross Stanley Prasnier, 35, avid Magic the Gathering player. The Magic player and judge who at least 7 times judged Magic the Gathering events from 2012 to 2016 in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. He so thoroughly enjoyed judging tournaments, he traveled hundreds of miles to do so. What benefit to the community? No. Perhaps it would be true if he had not been convicted of sex crimes against children. He was caught for distributing CP on October 3rd, 2013. Now, everyone needs to keep in mind the chain of custody and the timelines here. A search of the computer accessible on secret file sharing network for pedophiles. A search warrant was obtained. As a result, defective findings and police confiscated his computer. 35 images of children under the age of 18 posing sexually, taking part in acts were found by police on his computer, and he was arrested October 30th, 2013. Here's the court document. He faced prison from 7 to 14 years for possession and dissemination of CP. A plea bargain struck by the lawyer and prosecution allowed him to avoid spending 14 years in a cold steel cage. On December 24th, he pleaded guilty to 2 felonies, abuse of children, possessing CP. His sentencing was deferred until an offender assessment board could assess whether or not he was a violent predator. Prasnier was found to be nonviolent. Ooh, what a relief. Which is not a conciliation worth a claim. Yeah, he still finds children attractive and other predators to assess pictures of exploited children, ensuring the pictures will circulate in perpetuity. In February 2015, the judge gave him 3 to 23 months in jail, and he was allowed to serve his time on weekends, which we can talk about how absurd that is, but that's for a different day. During his sentencing, she did not attempt to hide her contempt. She said, quote, "I want you to see the inside of a jail cell so you understand this is your life if you ever do this again." According to archived records, his court appearances juxtaposed with his history of MTG judge serves as a horrifying reminder of Wizards of the Coast's reckless policies placed children in paths of pedophiles. On September 7th, and 8th, 2013, Presnier judged the SCG Open in Philadelphia, which was only 25 days before the first pornographic picture of a child was downloaded off his computer by a detective. Should one believe that he acquired these pictures of naked children engaged in sex acts and disseminated them for the first time in his life on the very same day he was caught? That's the point I'm making too, folks. I'm saying, yes, we can look at these court dates. We can say, well, it's only 10 or 20 predators in the community. No. That's how many have been caught. That's how many we've, with our small resources, have been able to unearth. I'm sure there is double or triple that number. He attended a judge conference in Chantilly, Virginia, November 15th, 2013, which was a mere 16 days after police raided his home and arrested him. While out on bail with charges hanging over his head, Presnier mingled with his judge colleagues. He went to another judge conference in Richmond on March 7th, 2014. His next appearance as a judge in Somerville, New Jersey at PTQ April 6, 2014 and April 19, 2014. He judged a PTQ on M15 in Coopersburg, Pennsylvania in the span of 13 days. Presnier was twice in a position of authority with children, and unsuspecting parents were none the wiser, thanks to WotC's refusal to mandate background checks. If they were your children, how would you feel knowing that WotC has prevented Presnier's presence? They could have prevented it and chosen not to do so. The following month, Presnier was judging at StarCityGames.com Open Series in Somerset. Again, Star City Games could also, there's plenty of blame to go around here. Plenty. So Star City Games absolutely could also require background checks and does not. The blame does not fall solely on Wizards of the Coast. In New Jersey, once again working in official capacity, once again having access to authority over children. Did he pat any heads, rub any backs, takes any selfies? I don't know. What children were present, and Presnier had no business being within 1,000 feet of them. Coopersburg, Pennsylvania, the site of Presnier's next recorded appearance as an official judge, August 23rd, or 2nd and 3rd in 2014 at the Eternal Extravaganza. This would be his last tournament session as a judge for 2014 in November. He would be pleading guilty to all sex crimes against him. After his felony conviction for sexual abuse of children, he was back to judging MTG tournaments where children were present, January 31st, 2015 in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Perhaps the vapidest of readers could have argued previously that Presnier was not yet convicted earlier judge tournaments, regardless of the evidence found in his home, but even they would be forced to agree to this scenario. This scenario is ghastly, particularly because Presnier had not even begun serving his debt to society due to the process of the assessment board determining Presnier's status as a violent offender. The scenario, standing alone with no details, would have been enough for WotC to radically change their policy. That's the thing. Even once is too much. Even once is too much. The final recorded appearance of Presnier as an MTG judge would not be for 19 more months on July 31st, 2016 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If this gap of time gives one pause, there is a reason. MTG tournaments are almost scheduled for weekends, and Presnier was unable to attend tournaments because he was in jail. Finished serving his time, October 2015. He immediately went back to playing tournaments upon his release, because he finished in the top 8 on November 1st, 2015 at Star City Games Legacy Open. So much for Elaine Chase's claims of long-standing practice of zero tolerance for offenders. Yeah, I thought the same thing. This gets so much worse, folks. So much worse. Okay, so we've established that there's no long-standing policy, none of this thing. Okay. Presnier was not removed from the official judge website until late 2017 when we broke this story. Lou broke this. I broke this. Together, we broke this. We shared it around. The judges saw it, and then they removed him. Here's a cached version which captured Presnier's name December 27th, 2017. And here's a version as appears today without his name. It's almost as if they didn't want to be associated with him. As we know, there he is here, and he's missing there. Despite the promises of Elaine Chase to maintain a no predator zone, she was about to be visited by one. On June 24, 2017, Ross Pranzier made a special appearance to Long Island, New York, in the NYSE Open 5, Power 8 Workshops and Drain Tournament. Who won this tournament is irrelevant. Ross Pranzier had crossed paths with former tournament host Travis LaPlante. This is the man that broke all of this. He's the cog that explains everything. Travis LaPlante, which would set up the breakthrough findings of pedophile cover-up in the Magic the Gathering community. I conducted an interview with LaPlante. He says Pranzier cheated. This comes as a bit of a stunning surprise given Pranzier's history of seeking virtue, as he went on to accuse the tournament judge, Elliot Raff, of taking Pranzier's side. LaPlante described the situation at the tournament below. I told head judge Elliot Raff one set of facts, and Ross told a different set of facts. Elliot Raff sided with Ross and gave me a warning for harassing behavior. The match continued. I ended up losing and calling Ross a fucking cheater, and he called Raff back over and informed him what I said. Raff asked if I said anything. I said no as sarcastically as possible. Then he DQ'd me for what he called my second offense of lying to a head judge. LaPlante was telling the truth. Rajandir had indeed lied. Had indeed lied during the tournament. One look at the official registry shows he used his full name. However, if one looks after the 7th round, procured by the manager and owner Andy Probasco, they will see Pranzier. This must be a typo. Pranzier intentionally misspelled their name. This is of little consequence because LaPlante had already been banned. Is it so? He knew, right? Here he is. I saw this last night. Where are you? Ross Pranzier. He took the J out, right? Nothing to see here, though, right? Nothing to see here. LaPlante then contacted the tournament organizer, Nick Detweiler. They had a long conversation, which is below. This is where it gets crazy. I wasn't going to do this, but as a tournament organizer, you should be aware. After I left Saturday, I looked at my opponent on Google to see if he cheated anyone else. It turns out he's a registered sex offender, convicted of possessing and distributing CP in 2014. Here's the article. Here's all the information. This is in June 2017. Forget everything before this. He's still playing, and now the tournament organizer knows. Okay? He replies, thanks for the heads up. This is surreal. Thank you for the heads up. Couldn't believe it. And look at this. Contacting Wizards is definitely the right move. Hopefully they suspend his DCI number indefinitely and boot him as a judge. I noticed he changed the spelling after my name, the name of his name after my match. The whole thing sucks. Yeah. So we now have more people knowing about it, not telling anybody. You can't have sex offenders in a room that potentially has children in it. Right, exactly. I will let him know. Thank you. You're not ruining anything. This needed to come out. It gets worse. Nick, I emailed all the information to Wizards and told the head judge. Nothing happened. Wizards had the information. The head judge had the information. Nobody did anything. I'm so pissed. And then this is like the icing on the cake. LaPlante goes home and contacts Judge Raff the next day on June 25th, 2017. LaPlante says the following conversation, which has now been deleted, took place regarding sex offender Ross Pranzier. He didn't say, I don't know if he thought I was just making things up or what. I never got confirmation that he followed up on the issue for sure. So he told the head judge, Judge Raff, who is still currently judging, about Ross, and he did nothing. I'm sorry. I never got confirmation that he followed up on the issue, that's for sure. That's what led me to submit it myself. He provided me with the judge feedback email address that was the extent of his assistance. It was of just about a month after the tournament on July 20th. I sent this detailed description to the judge program. And here we have the email he sent to the Magic Judge feedback program. This is the same email I got, except unlike the pedo sympathizing Magic the Gathering judge program, I exposed it. Here we know that it was received by level 4 judge Sean Cantonese, and we see that it was sent by Travis LaPlante. Okay? Just so we have everything put together. He includes the crime, the link to the crime, and the judge program did nothing. After sending the emails, Travis LaPlante does not receive a reply from anybody. He gives up on receiving justice from the cheater Presnier, and he grows worried about the safety of children. Several months later, LaPlante speaks with one of his good friends, Gary J. Stevens Jr. When I asked Travis LaPlante about Steffens, he said, only the second person I ever invited for dinner on the holidays. Stevens Jr. told LaPlante about a man named Jeremy Hambley, who was receiving trouble on YouTube for free speech reasons, and that Hambley was interested in his viewers sending him evidence that pedophiles existed in the Magic community. Travis LaPlante jumped on the chance and emailed the very same email he sent to level 2 judge Elliot Raff and level 4 judge Sean Cantonese to Jeremy Hambley, who had been banned from Magic the Gathering. Within less than 12 hours, Hambley had uncovered the identity of Presnier, which would make his existence far more difficult to operate. LaPlante was satisfied with the outcome, and he went on with his life. It was around this time that I, Lou Kelgiovanni, arrived on the Magic the Gathering scene, releasing my then unknown, soon-to-be explosive analysis titled Magic the Manic Hypocrisy. Following the first couple days, I stated, reviewing all transfers which had taken place in Magic games, I began to review all the previous areas of which I was unfamiliar. I asked Travis if he was aware. I reviewed all the documents available and noticed the email which Hambley received from LaPlante was not complete. I contacted LaPlante and asked for the full document that he happily provided. We chatted, and I became aware of LaPlante's rough dealings with MTG in the past, and it became apparent that LaPlante judges were doing the best to ignore LaPlante's attempts at raising issues of pedophiles in the community from participating in public discourse. That is the cover-up. 2 judges, a level 4 and a level 2, both failed to report Ross Presnier. Also, we know that the tournament organizer knew and that Wizards of the Coast had been contacted. He goes on, I think you should read the article. You should read this whole article. I covered a lot of it, but I know this is going to be a long video, but I needed to show you that at least 3 people knew and did nothing at all. A cursory search of YouTube videos that Ross participates in these days will tell you the man isn't exactly rehabilitated either. I don't know why. I do know why. It's disgusting that Channel Fireball, Star City Games, Wizards of the Coast, the Judge Association are all refusing to do background checks because I'm the one asking for it. Maybe all of you should continue to ask them on their Twitter and their Facebook pages politely why they refuse to do this. The cost is negligible. Don't let them give excuses. We want resolution now.
Merry Christmas. I love him.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, make sure you subscribe and click that damn bell so you actually get notified. If you want to support the cause of this channel, it survives based on the amazingly gracious support of my patrons. Link is in the description if you'd like to help out.